I know that there are two big arguments in this part, whether Adam and Eve were the first ones on planet Earth that God has created, his sons and daughters, or that there were other people before them, but Adam and Eve, once they came into the picture, the difference between them and the rest of the so-called people who came before them, they were given a soul, or they were chosen as, you could say, the king and queen on planet Earth, and where God told them the three great blessings. That's very different from the people before them. And I have heard of the arguments where people have said that, well, there had to be people before them, because how the heck else did Cain get his wife if it were just his family? And on top of that, he made a city. There has to be more than one person to make a city. Okay, come on. Here's the thing. Where I come from, I understand that there are symbolic things in the Bible that we have to take and dissect and understand. Okay, this is talking about symbology. Hence, Lucifer isn't a serpent per se, as a snake that we see, right? That's a symbology to it. So I understand that, but there's also literal things in the Bible. In this case, I'm on the side that Adam and Eve were the first ones on planet Earth. And that, I get there's many arguments with it, and I understand there's good arguments. The reason why I'm sticking with, I think Adam and Eve were the first one. The reason why I'm sticking with that, what convinces me the most is the names. The names themselves, Adam, Eve. And this is something that I can make sense of. Every time when you see these biblical names that are very significant, it's always out of something that is observable. Something that we could see throughout the story of why that person was given that name. That name has a meaning for what was observable. For example, when you look at my own name, Gideon, okay? The name Gideon means tree cutter, okay? What? Tree cutter? Where does that come from? When he was in Canaan, he was part of an area that worshipped different gods, okay? Different Babylonian gods. So God inspired him, you got to cut down this idol that is made out of wood. And he did. Hence, his name Gideon is the tree cutter. Also, when you break that down with Gid, that means valiant warrior or mighty warrior, in which we know that Gideon was a general. If you look at the name David, he was considered the most beloved. That name means most beloved. Most beloved by who? By God, in which we saw that David loved God the most. Obviously, besides Jesus, but the thing is, he loved God the most out of an imperfect human being, and God really loved David. Their hearts were probably more connected than anyone else throughout the Bible. Okay, that's something that's observable. What about Moses? What does the name Moses mean? Moses was given by the Pharaoh's daughter, where the Pharaoh's daughter saw him on the Nile River and picked him up. So what does Moses mean? It means drew up from the Nile River. Again, it's another observable thing. That's why his name was given. Jesus. What does the name Jesus mean? It means the rescuer. It means the savior. That's something that is observable, what he has done with all the miracles that he did of curing the blind, curing people who have leprosy and so forth. These are very observable things. These names have such meaning to them out of observation. That's my point. So when you look at the names such as Adam and Eve, they have such an observable point to it. When you think about it, God, when he created Adam from the earth, this is the first human being that he made, his son. And he gave him the name Adam. What does Adam mean? Adam simply means man. That's it. He's just called man. I mean, what else is he gonna call him? I mean, that's just, it makes sense. It's just like I created the man, Adam, man. That's it. He's the original man. that's supposed to start the original culture. This is how a man should be, who does manly things and who, is a husband, who is a man to his wife, who is a man to his children. He was supposed to be the man of throughout generations. This is how a man is supposed to be, like Adam. Okay, you get to see my point? That's the first. And then on top of that, when Eve came into the picture, Adam was the one who gave her name. And not only that, even defined her name. Adam defined her name. I'm calling you Eve because you are the mother of all the living. All the living. Not some of the living, not this part of the living. He said all of the living. All of the living of who? Of people. Of people. So, again, this is observable. This is observable talk. If you think of the argument on the side of, well, there were people before Adam and Eve. All right. Well, if that were the case, then think about what those people must have went through observing Adam. It's like, oh, you're a man? That's your name, man? Like, that guy's a man. I'm a man. You're a man. Your name is just man? It's kind of weird. I mean, we're all Adam here. And that's kind of a boring name. No offense to people who are named Manny or so forth, or maybe there are some of you that are named Man. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't mean to offend, but that's just very. That's not very common to call someone man as if that is their legal name or so forth, right? Now, what about Eve? Okay, from Adam's perspective of Eve, she is the mother of all the living. Except for these people. Except, these people over here kind of came before her. So, except for them. Really? Or what? Are you going to make a spiritual sense out of it? Like, Adam's going to say, she's the mother of all the living, even including these people, but kind of more of a spiritual sense, per se. I don't think Adam had as far as I've seen the Bible, I don't think he had a mature spirituality, per se. Hence, well, he fell, right? Which prevented him for further spiritual growth in his life. And also, if you think about it, well, people who like to say there are people before Adam and Eve, okay, well, at some point, it's going to have to be two people, okay, that started everything. So, are those people not so significant? Even like the two original people of those people are just not so significant? So, it just had to come down to Adam and Eve amongst all these people? I don't think so. So, that's it. I mean, in my stance on this, I think Adam and Eve were the first ones, and it's based on their names. Very simple as that. And that's it. And I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.